Welcome. My name is Christopher Bailey, and I am an implementation consultant for Green Orbit, the intranet with everything built in. In this tutorial, we're going to cover your layout manager. Now, if you're looking at your home site right now, and you look at the top toolbar, you will see Layout Manager here at the top. Now, before we go into looking at the Layout Manager, I want to show you how your site has been optimized to be viewed on different devices. So I'm going to show you first the tablet view, and then next I'm going to show you the phone view. So as you're looking at right now, this is your desktop view. And if I want to go to the tablet view, I pull it out here. And you see here that within the tablet view, you see that my menu has now shifted to what is called a vertical navigation. And of course, I have my secondary navigation out to the side. And then you also see that my quick links have now been shifted to a collapsible cell. So you see here, I have my required read component here. I have my helpful links, my profile directory, and my channels are all listed in this collapsible cell here. And if you notice, my page primarily still looks the same. I still have the news carousel at the top, and I also have my images in the middle, and then of course my calendar and my news feed down here at the bottom. But if I go to now shrink all the way into a phone view, you see now that my phone view still has the same layout. I still have my menu option, which is here for my navigation. I have my collapsible cell over here, which has all of my information within the collapsible cell. And then I also have my news, which you see now where it was 3, now it's just 2. You see that? And you see my news and I'm sorry, my news, my calendar, and then of course I have my news. This is all in the phone view. So you can see here that the site has been optimized to be viewed on various devices. Okay, so now we want to go right back to our main view, which is our desktop view. And let's just go, and I'm going to refresh this page real quickly. Let's just go and we'll see exactly how these uh, different looks are configured. So we're going to Layout Manager. And we're going to our layout manager first. This is just going to show you your subsite, templates, and your layouts. So right now, what you just viewed was the hero home layout. If I click here, this will take you right back to this home page here. And this is your layout for your home site. All right, so let's go back. And if you see here, you can tell up in here, I only have publish and edit because at this point, I'm getting ready to edit the subsite template. All right, so let's just go back to our home, go back to layout manager. And then layout manager, when I go up to subsite templates, you see that I have my subsite template, which is here. And of course, if I click on this, this is going to take me back to my template to edit. Now, if I want to add a template, I can do that here, or I can add a layout here. All right, we're going to go through that shortly. But then also want to show you that in this editing toolbar, you have your security. This is very similar to a lot of the other areas that we've covered within our tutorials. You have the ability to edit your security, who has the ability to make changes or just kind of view this area only. Then you have your owners, which are right here. That's typically the only two options that you have when it pertains to your templates. Close out of that. Then you have the ability here to select templates. Of course, when this demo site was built, we have these templates that we added to the particular site. Now, what we're going to show you is how to actually go about making templates, but this is where you could actually select from the default templates that were created, and any template in the future that you may create, you would come here to the select template and then you would select it. Now, when you select a template, all you're doing is making that template available in one of these areas. Okay, because you are Once you're creating the template, then of course you would select that template that you created. But right now, when you go into select template, all you're doing is when I go here and select these templates, right? I select them, and now when I go to when the page refresh, I go to my subsite template, you see all of these templates now are available to me. All right. Okay. Now let's go back to our home page and let's actually edit the subsite template. So here we go, subsite template. Now you're going to go into an editor, but this editor is just going to be primarily for the structure of the subsite template. You see here how you have these areas that are grayed and then you have these areas that are clear. Well, the areas that have the shaded area, that is an area that is where content would go, and on each page it can be changed or swapped out. The areas that are clear here, these areas remain stagnant. Nothing changes in these areas when you go from page to page. Okay, so that's the only difference between the two. The area here is interchangeable. This area out here remains the same. Now, if I wanted to make changes to my template, say for example, I wanted to add a few rows and maybe I want to add a column, this is how I'll go about doing that. I would just go to the little gear shift here and I click on that. Now, it's going to ask me, do I want to add a row above or below? Well, let's just say I want to add one below it. So now you see I have this row that's been added and it gives me 4 columns because it's what I have up here at the top. Now, if I want to make modification to these columns and say I want to make them look like this here or something like this down here, then what I would do is just simply select this area that I want to change, and I go over here and then I tab to the right because now I want to utilize this space and make it look identical to this area here. All right, maybe I want to leave this area open, or if I want to add this area to this area, I will simply click on this area here and I will go down and then I would add it all the way down or just halfway down, whichever way I want to do. All right, go all the way down. Now, if I decide that I don't want this to be that way, I can simply go here and actually split the entire row. Select this row here. I'm splitting. Oh, not the column. Sorry. There we go. Split the entire column. That's what I meant to do. Split the entire column. And you see here, it's split. And then I can split this. And I have all of this split up. See how I did that? Just by splitting the row and splitting the columns. Now, if I want to make this area to be a shaded area like these areas down here, I will simply select this area and then check the box. You see here, this cell content changes while navigating through the subsite. Okay, and if I want to go over here and I want to do the same, I can simply go here and do the same thing. It would give me all these areas here. All right, this is how easy it is to make changes to the actual site, your subsite template. The other thing that we can do here is now that we've seen everything that we want to add to the actual subsite, I want to go and I want to make changes to my tablet view and my phone view. Now, the unique thing about Green Orbit is that any changes that I make on the desktop does not affect the tablet and does not affect the phone. These all act individual of one another. So there's no one does not affect the other. When I go to my tablet view, you see here I get a different layout for my tablet view. And I can go about doing the same things what I did in when I was working with my desktop. If I go to the phone view, get the exact same thing. Okay, have the same exact view. Here's your collapsible cells to the left and the right. But want to add one to the left, then I will get that option there. Okay. Now, once I've made all these changes and I'm satisfied, let's just say I want to delete this entire row here. Just go ahead and delete that entire row. And if I want to go ahead and make this how I had it at first, I can simply do it this way, right? Or if I want, I can just go ahead and exit and then this template will disappear because I haven't made any changes to it. The next thing I want to show you within this area, if you want to kind of get a visual of what your content will look like when you place it in these areas, you can come here and just begin to add different applications and components. You have your components here that you can add. Say, for example, you want to look at your navigation, want to see what that looks like there. You can do all that right here to just kind of get a visual of what things will look like. All right, and you can add your applications here if you want to add, different applications here. You want to do your required read over there. You want to do, say, for example, company calendar. You want to put the company calendar down there. You want to see that, and then you want to add, say, some images here. Like this is how you can go about doing that. Kind of give you a visual of what your site will actually look like. Okay, and then here you have your properties where you're always able to go and make changes to your properties. Right, edit. Just click on edit, and then it'll take you to the area of the template. And then you can go here and make those changes to your template. See here, you can change the category. You can make this template available in other areas if you want to, or you can change the name of it. Close out of here. And then we also have a version. Now, version control is primarily works just like it works on pages and other areas within the site. You simply click on manage version and you can see the version that you've created. And you can always revert back to that version, or view it to make sure that's the area that you want to go back to. Just click on view, takes you to what your tablet looked like previously. You can decide, yes, that's what I want. And then you go ahead and click revert and then revert back to it. Now, these are all the various options that you can have here within the Layout Manager. Of course, everything that you're doing right here is just making changes to an actual template. And I need to make you aware that any changes that you make to this template, and if there are other pages within your site that are utilizing this template, you will receive a notification in the top area to say, yes, I want to utilize the updated version of the template. So let's just go here just for kicks. Go here and let's say, you know what, we like this template and we want to go ahead and save it. Added, no, let's say updated template. All right. And then you go and click save. Now, when we click save, you see here that we've done it and we go back to our home page. So now we're on our home page. You see nothing has changed on our home page, right? You're looking at it. Okay. Now, if I decide that I wanted to, let me refresh it just to make sure everything took. Okay. So we're going to refresh. And now, so let's just say I want to go and I want to make changes to my live. Then it gives me, well, this template has been changed. You now have the option to update this template or view the template that was changed, that was created, and then begin to use that template. Or you can just go ahead, close this out, and just begin to make changes to the template that you're working on. And just go out of here. And now we're back at our home page. And so this is how you actually make changes to your template. Now we want to go in and we want to actually add a template. So let's go into our layout manager. And within our layout manager, let's decide that we want to add a subsite template. So when you go into a subsite template, the first thing it's going to ask you to do is come up with a name. So we're just going to say here, we're going to do a training template. And then, this is just put training. Put that there for your description. Click next. Now it's going to ask you, where do you want this to reside? You can say, I want to reside in the home. I also want it to be available here, here, and here. Okay, so these are the areas that I want to have this template made available. Click create. Now, it's asking me, or setting me up now to be able to go ahead and create my template. So I have two rows, I have a column and I have a row. Now, if I want to go and say I want to put in, let's just do 5 rows. 3, 4, one more, make 5. So I got 5 rows now, but I have only one column. So then I go here and I say, well, I want to go ahead and add a left column. Then I want to add a right column. Now you see you have auto here, which automatically shapes automatically shapes to the columns that you've created, or you can go in and actually set the pixel width and also the fixed percentage width. Completely up to you how you want to do that. If I did this and said I want this to be the percentage width of like 50%, hit apply. These are going to automatically adjust. That's going to be at 50%. If I want to go here and make this say 25%, then that's going to adjust, and then this is going to adjust accordingly. And if I want to go ahead and make this one 25%, make that 25%, and go ahead and see now I see how I have 50 and I have 100. Now, if I wanted to say I wanted to make this one, say I wanted to do this one as a fixed pixel, do 328. And now, so this is set at a pixel. This is set at percent. These two are set at percentages. You see here, this is the only area that's going to be changed and be able to make updates to. If I want to make this area shaded like all the rest, I can just simply click on it. And once I do that, if I go down here, this should give me out at least that whole row. And then I have that and that and that. All right. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Now, this is great that um, I'm working with my subsite template. So here I go and I say, well, let me just change this. I don't want this to be, and I don't want this area to be, and I don't want this area to be. So the only thing that I want is say these areas. So I'm gonna make this where my navigation is going to reside. Okay, so my navigation is going to go all the way across, and then down here I'm gonna have that one there. And then I want to decide, I want to make this to go all the way down. All right. Now, let's just say that I don't want this to be fixed. I want this to be auto. And I want to set that at auto. And I want to set this one at auto. All right. Because what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to create a different dynamic for the subsite that I'm creating. So now I have my navigation. I can also create a let's create another, do another column here, put another column there. So now I want this area to be where I may want to put my news or something, right? And then I want to go down a row. Now, see how that kind of composed that? So now I want to make this area where I'm going to put maybe some video or something like that. So I go down here, and now I have this and this, and I have this area. Now see, because I've added a new column, it split up my column. See that? So now what I want to do here, I want to go, I'm going to go to the right. Now I want to leave this area that's going to be for my search. I leave this area for my navigation. Okay, and then I want to put another area down here. Let's just put this area down here below. Give me another row, and let's make this area where I want to put my calendar down here. How about that? So I'll put my calendar. I want to go to the right here, and then over here, I want to leave this open, but I want to make this area go all the way down because I don't want this area to be trying to match this area here. So go all the way down. And so now I have my template, and I said these areas I want to change. I want this area to change as well. And I want this to remain the same and this to remain the same. Now, this is my template that I've created. Now, notice I've created this one just as my desktop. When I go here, I need to go and create my tablet. See here that nothing has been created. All right, so what I want to do, just click on customize. Now, it will take the site, it would take the template that I've created in desktop and go ahead and generate my tablet view. But if I want to change that, I can simply say I want this to be all the way, and I want this to be all the way to the right. All right, so that those are the areas that I want, and I want to add another row below that so that this one can match this one. All right, so go to right, right, and then go here, go all the way down. Now, I have the ability to leave this column that I have over here. I have the option to leave this column here if I want to, or what I could do is go ahead and add a right collapsible cell and then delete this option. And so now my collapsible cell is here and then my content is right here. Okay, so now I've done this and I've done my desktop view. See how nothing's changed. Now I want to go and do my phone view. Same rules apply. Click on that. Like, yeah, I don't like that. Maybe I want to do a left and a right collapsible cell. And then I want to actually get rid of one row. So now I want it to look like this. All right. Once I've done, I'll go ahead and click Save. Created subsite template for training. And then I click Save. Now, I've created this template, right? Now, when I go here and I go to my subsites, I don't see it, right? Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. There it is. I see it right there. I didn't scroll down far enough to see it. Okay, there we go. So my template is here because I've just created it. Now, if I want to go and create a layout, I'll go ahead and create a layout, and I will do this here, training, and then new hires, tab down, gives me my um, it gives me my my URL, excuse me, apologize. And then also I can type in here, new hire, new hire layout. And then I can decide if I want to publish it or expire it. And then next, what I can say, go to next. I'm going to click on next. Uh, oh, sorry. So with the new version, which is a great option, and I apologize for I missed that. With the new version, you have to select your template up front. So here you see that you have your templates that you're going to select. I want to go to select my training template. Click select. Now I've got my template here. I don't have to go through all the steps. You see here I only have 3 steps to go through. So you see here, I see my template is selected. I put in my description, my publishing I'm not going to do. I'm going to click next. When I go here, I have my security. I'm not going to change. I have my ownership that I'm not going to change. And I click create. Now I am ready to roll with my template that I've created. All right. Easy as pie. Easy as pie.
This concludes our training session for this module. For more information on GreenOrbit and its functionality, please visit our Learn site at learn.greenorbit.com. Thank you so very much, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.